Dr. Kim Leary here to give you your procedures for your return to in-person learning, which will begin on March 22nd, which is Monday. It's coming up soon, kids. So if you are walking or being driven to school, all walkers and car riders are going to come through the main entrance now. Remember, we used to have the buses come through the main entrance. It will be the students that are walking and being driven to school. The cars will no longer be in the back of the school. So when you are dropped off in the front, you will need to wait on one of our social distancing stickers to get into the building. There'll be adults at the front doors that will be checking 3 things. Number 1, that you self-certified, that your parents self-certified you. That means that they have to answer several questions, health questions, before you will be let into the building. We are sending home paper copies of this form so that you could do this on a paper until you have downloaded the app for the district so that you can self-certify on your phone. You will have a temperature scanner. Okay, so you cannot have a temperature over 100.4. If you have a temperature over 100.4, you will not be allowed to come into the building. Also, you must be wearing your mask, and you have to wear your mask appropriately. That means not only covering your mouth, but your nose as well to get into the building. If you're riding a bus to school, we just talked about students that are either being driven to school or walking to school. But again, if you are taking a bus to school, the buses will pull up in the back of the school for arrival and dismissal. So once your bus pulls up, we will be dismissing buses individually. The bus will pull up and then you will get off the bus. There will be 20 markers on the ground and you will need to wait on the social distancing markers so that you can be let into the building. Now, to get into the building, you have to have 3 things. Number 1, your self-certification form, or it needs to be reported that your parents have self-certified you online. Number 2, you need to have your mask on, and you need to be wearing it appropriately. So it needs to cover your mouth and your nose. And you will have a temperature scan. There'll be staff at the breezeway doors that will scan your temperature as well. And you have to have a temperature no more than 100.4. Okay, if you have a temperature that's higher than 100.4, you'll not be allowed into the school. So it's important that you remember that students will not be let into the building until 8:50 a.m. So I'll say it again. No students will be allowed in the building until 8:50 a.m. That is when the doors will open, the main door, and we'll start scanning students in, and the breezeway door is when we'll start scanning students in at 8:50 a.m. Students, it's important to remember, if you are returning to in-person learning on Monday, March 22nd, that you follow the CDC guidelines. We're going to be very strict on this. These are the guidelines that we're required to follow as a school if we want to reopen our school to our students. So, number 1, social distancing is key here. You must follow the social distancing guidelines. That means during arrival, you're on the markers outside if you're getting off the bus, or if you're walking or taking a car, you need to make sure that you follow the social distancing markers on the ground as well. You wait till you're scanned in the building. You have to wear your mask appropriately. That means that covering your mouth and your nose. Now, next video we'll be talking about classroom procedures, classroom do's and don'ts of our classroom for Q4. That means in-person learning. There are going to be quite a bit of restrictions as well within that classroom. Now, what happens if you continue to not follow the CDC guidelines? If you continue to do that, you will be put back onto remote learning. It's a privilege to be here at our school.
All right, I'm gonna go find my place in line. I'll be right here. Is that okay? Oh, are you on dots? Oh. Okay, this is where I'm gonna be then.
Hi, boys and girls. Remember, when you're in class, stay in your taped off area. This, not okay. This is okay. And when you're at your seat, make sure you stay seated. And also make sure you stay behind your protector. Not okay is okay. Not okay is okay. Can't wait to see you guys. Oh, and if you have a question, you can still raise your hand. See you later.
Remember to stay behind your safety shield. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this.
Hi guys, make sure that you are wearing your mask correctly. It needs to be snug on your face, over your nose, and under your chin. We're covering our nose and our mouth with our mask. The only time that you can take your mask off is when you're eating or drinking something. So if you're gonna take your quick drink, make sure you take off your mask. Take your quick drink. Put your mask right back on. Make sure that your mask is fit snug. We don't want to see your nose hanging out. Can't have it under your chin. Everything needs to be covered nice and snug. Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Stuffel from 4th grade. I'm just letting you know that when you do come back into school, there's a couple things you need to remember. First thing you need to remember is to bring your Chromebook to school. Make sure you have maybe in a backpack, someplace safe so you don't mess it up. Second thing that you're going to need is your charger. You must have the charger because if it dies while you're in school, we have a way to charge it so you can still do your lessons. Thirdly, you notice I'm sitting at a desk with a protector here, the silver protector. It is so you can still talk and not spread germs, and you're just sitting here and it's protecting you. Also, you notice possibly on the floor, we have the squares. The squares are 6 feet by 6 squares, okay? So that's your square, that's your bubble. You might notice in my classroom I have red going around. That's where your desk needs to stay. Your desk should not move outside of the yellow square. It needs to really be on the red square in the middle because then you're 6 feet away for sure from the next person. So again, make sure you have your Chromebook, your charger, when you get here at school. That would be fantastic. So hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.
All right, hi boys and girls. I just wanted to give you a little tour of the classroom here. If you can see on the floor, there's squares. Okay, and I want to show you one desk that's doing a fantastic job, and they've got all their stuff right here in their square. Their things are on the back of their chair. Their supplies are neatly on their desk. And then I want to show you a desk where things are not where they're supposed to be. There's stuff all over the floor. Things are not neat. So when you come in, make sure that you keep your things just like this desk over here.
Hi everybody. I do want to let you know that as we come back to school for the 4th quarter, we have a little bit of a situation that we have to take care of. It's called the bathroom time. Most times in school when we use the bathroom, we all go as a class. But due to the pandemic and things, we have to stay in our classrooms as much as possible. So if you really do have to use the bathroom, we can allow you to go, but you have to only go one person at a time. And remember, there's 7 different classrooms. So we only are allowing students to go if there's one person in the bathroom at a time. Please remember to use the bathroom, if you can, before you come to school.